Well, welcome everyone. My name is Kevin Gray. I'm your Calculus and Vectors teacher for this online course and this school year. Um, I want to just start with a short introductory video to show you just a couple of things and encourage you to get started on the course and introduce myself. Okay, so again, my name is Kevin Gray. I work at Thousand Island Secondary School, and I'll be your calculus teacher for the semester online here. Okay, let me just close this, close the video, and so your course tile is here in D2L. It'll say 2021 semester one or 2021 semester two, but look for the course tile MCV4UO, calculus and vectors, Mr. K Gray. It'll say active or it'll say open, and the dates will be a little different, but that's where you're looking at. So go into ucdsb.elearningontario.ca, and under your My Courses tile on your homepage, you'll see this course. Okay, when you get into the course, this is what we'll see. We'll see a home page. Let me just click on it. Okay, home page with a welcome message, and some of these widgets across the top here. The banner might be a little different, and my icons, my menu might be a little different, but generally that's where we're looking at. To get back to your home page with all your courses, it's this tile here, and this is your email icon, chat tool, any alerts that you have. If I make any changes or release something, there'll be an alert a bell up here with a red dot on it. The menu across the top, and then a welcome page, a calendar of events, updates, and URL, resources and URL. We'll talk about these in a few minutes. Okay, so when we're on this home page, I'm really going to quickly encourage you to look at. Okay, so here's I'm in view student mode to show you what you see. You can check progress, you can adjust your profile and any notifications, account settings. You can log out here, and you can get your other courses by simply clicking on these tiles as well too. But generally, if I send you an email, that's where you want to, you'll see a red dot on here, and most of you probably at this stage are familiar with D2L. I think probably in the last year you've been either on it by choice or sort of forced to be on it because of distance learning and whatnot. But this is where we're going to be with it. Okay, so I'm in student mode, and I'm going to show you, do the quick introduction of the course here. But what I want you to do over the next day or two is get comfortable with this home page and get comfortable in the content icon. And as you get comfortable with it, play around with the assessments tool. They'll see assignments and quizzes and grades and rubrics here. Your communication will be class list, discussions, groups, and chat. Okay, the class list is where you can see all the students and plus my name. Okay, if we click on the class list, okay, and you see my name here, you'll see teacher, and you can just click on, okay, that check box and do that. Now, back to the main course page. One other thing I want you to do in the next couple of days is go and check on, if you're not comfortable with D2L, please read my announcement, my intro, okay? Play around in course information and student information, and go to discussions and introduce yourself. Okay, and there are also some online videos here, D2L videos, that help you figure out how to submit assignments, okay, how to use video note, how to do discussions, okay, customizing your profile, set up notifications, get some D2L help and support, how to navigate, okay, how to communicate with your teacher, okay, all these things that are worth taking a look at and looking at and whatnot. So in content, I want you to, okay, once content loads, I want you to get comfortable with course information, okay, do some reading up. Okay, this is like day one introduction stuff, course description, the syllabus, assessment, achievement, course materials you might need, a note to your parents. Student information is how to be successful in the class, meet the teacher, class lounge is where this discussion is that I want you to go and work on. If you want to get into some math over the next day or two, you can review a brief intro to Desmos, GeoGebra I also use, and a brief intro to Microsoft Excel. I've also released the Nelson textbook PDF files. If you want the full textbook, you can click on this PDF. Mind you, it's a very large, it'll take a few minutes to download. It's a very large PDF, but you may want to access that. That is the textbook we'll be using in the class. And if you like the textbook PDF, it's right there. Okay, and then Unit 1, we'll get into Unit 1, and we're going to talk about this intro to Unit 1 here today. Okay, so that's it. Now back to my home page. I use Desmos a lot. I need to talk about that. So on my home page, under the URLs, you may want to, okay, get the Nelson textbook. Again, open from My Nelson, open resources. Here's the Desmos link, and there's also a great University of Waterloo course, online course for calculus and vectors. That is a great resource that you may want to check out and do. Desmos, if you're not familiar with Desmos, get onto Desmos today and create an account. And I use Desmos a lot in my class, so it's a graphing application, free website that helps you graph. I'm going to close it after we've seen it, and again, get comfortable with that. We'll be using that a lot this year. Okay, now okay, so take some time, like I said, and get very comfortable with the home page, the announcements, okay, and the widgets that I release, and then the information that's available for you to read in the course information. So course description, okay, course materials that we'll be using, okay, how to put in submit an assignment. I'll take Word documents, I'll take PDF documents, Excel spreadsheets, any other thing, JPEGs, images from your camera or your tablet. Okay, I want you to get comfortable and familiar. Read up on these little areas that are released here. Okay, the math tools, as I mentioned. Okay, the Nelson textbook is here, and I want to get into today. I want to get into the introduction of the course. Okay, so Unit 1, Activity 1 is going to be released. So calculus. Oh, let's do the course outline first. Okay, so the course outline, okay, is something you guys can download. It's in the. Okay, it's in the. I think it's probably a good thing to download. The course descriptions here. Okay, the course, okay, the syllabus, okay, so my course outline. You can download the same document here, okay, and the images are right here if you'd like, and I'm just going to quickly go through it. I'll leave it for you to read, okay, and you can pause this video at any time. I don't need to read something that you guys can also read for yourself on the screen, but here's basically the information, the learning skills and the work habits we're going to work on. Okay, make sure that I assess with all of these learning skills. Okay, I'm going to cover in all of my assessment and evaluation documents. There'll be knowledge and understanding, thinking, inquiry, communication, and application. Term work will be 70%. Commenting activities will be 30%. Pretty standard. Okay. I'm available anytime during the day over email. That's probably the best way to catch me. Some of our actual assessments and course expectations will be rate of change, okay, derivatives and their applications, and then algebra, the geometry and algebra vectors. Okay, so it's a combination of almost about 2/3 calculus and about 1/3 vector work. Our specific assessments are in here. There'll be a final exam in the course and a course review. There'll be a lot of unit tests for each unit or an assignment, and then maybe also in each unit a homework check or a quiz or something to that make. So over the course of the course, there'll be about somewhere between 18 and 20 assessments, and like I said, they'll range from in each unit. There'll be a homework check or a quiz, and there'll also be a unit assessment, either an assignment or a final unit test. Okay, what else have we got? Just a quick discussion. Okay, I know this is an online course, and if it was a regular class, then we'd have a conversation about these topics. But we may be working together in synchronous live learning here. So any given day, we might be meeting together. And if you're late, I'd like you to not be late. Get started on time. Stay engaged in the online class. I'm available office hours. And through email. I want you to do your homework. I want you to pay attention and stay engaged in the lectures or the synchronous live video casting of my lessons. Again, if it was a regular class, I'd encourage you to put away your cell phones. Although I understand that if you're using your cell phone for research or on Desmos, that'd be the case. Most of you are going to be 18 years old or more, so attendance, I'd like you to be involved. That's basically it. But if you're late for class, just let me know, or you're not going to be in attendance. That's fine. And if you've got to get up during a classroom lesson or a break, just feel free to go and do that, please. And try and deal with your appointments outside of my class hours or my video conferencing hours, uh, and get working. Do the homework. It'll be about an hour, maybe 75 minutes a day, depending on what type of schedule we're going to have once the semester starts. But I expect that you work another half hour to an hour on homework questions and assignment questions in the class. Okay, talked about Desmos, talked about where we find the course. Okay. Um, that's it. So calculus is an entire branch of mathematics, and it's built around two major complementary ideas. First is differential calculus, okay, and the second is integral calculus. Now, differential calculus is mostly going to be concerned with instantaneous rate of change, the slope of tangents of functions. That's what we'll talk about mostly in this class. Integral calculus is left for discussion at first year university, and we won't talk about a lot of integral calculus. There's a picture of what it sort of looks like. Okay, most things that can be represented by a function or equation have a connection to calculus. Okay, it talks about optimal solutions to mathematical expressions. Calculus applications are found heavily in medicine, engineering, economics, computer science, business, physical sciences, statistics, and many more ideas. I see calculus, I've taught calculus for a long time, and I see calculus as sort of a reward class for really good math students that have done well in math, want to continue with math in college or university, um, and really want more in math. Okay, there's a lot of, I guess for lack of a better word, light bulb moments in calculus where we do some application questions and students kind of go, oh wow, that makes sense now. I kind of see that. Okay, calculus is credited to two great mathematicians, Isaac Newton, okay, and Leibniz, Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz, okay, and we can see that they're the time they were alive overlapped, okay, in a lot of cases. So I guess the story went that these two gentlemen worked on calculus at different sort of areas of the world in different times, okay, and developed the sort of the same idea from a different perspective. And in a lot of ways, you can see different perspectives in calculus very often here. So if you're at all interested in the history of this, okay, you can research any one of these two scientists, mathematicians. Isaac Newton is, as we probably know, has done a wide variety of many other really scholarly things. Leibniz is also pretty interesting, but not as well known or as common here. Okay, the calculus textbook, okay, is what it looks like. If you can get your hands on a copy, that would be great. Okay, and as like we said, we talked about underlying principles of calculus. Okay, so we'll in chapter 1 we'll do some simplifying radical expressions. We'll talk about average rate of change and instantaneous rate of change, limits. Okay, the concept of a limit of a function, and then continuity of a function. If you want to get started, you can do some prerequisite skills. And in the first 1.1 lesson, so it's chapter 1, section 1. That's why I call it 1.1. We'll be reviewing some factoring, simplification, mostly rational expressions, okay, a little bit of graphing, and I just want you to develop every day paying attention to some strong daily work habits here. There's a variety of, okay, flash videos, okay, so this one I'll let you guys experiment and explore. You can download, I can provide these links. I think they're embedded into my page. Um, this is a what is calculus anyway. The other one, the next one, okay, is again sort of explanation of what is calculus from a different speaker, different point of view. It's a YouTube video. And then finally, the same type of deal here, okay. Um, this speaker, TED Talk speaker, talks about some calculus applications and when sort of things went off for him. I think the other one, I'm not exactly sure. One of them's a funny parody Queen video on Bohemian Rhapsody, set to a tune of calculus terms and whatnot. So it's if that kind of if that's the kind of humor you like, take a look at one of these. I'll leave these up here for a minute. I think it's this one here. Uh, yeah, this is the Calculus Rhapsody by. So again, if that's your type of humor, um, feel free. Now, and again, in a regular class, we do a functions review that I might have us work through and work on by way of a quiz. So um, I think that covers a good introduction here. Okay, and again, I want you to get comfortable um, in this space. Okay, and in for the next day or two, for the first couple of days, these will be the ones that are released, and we'll get into, let's say in a day or two, we'll get into actually doing some math work in Unit 1, okay, Activity 1, okay, and that'll be, okay, we talked about the intro here, but we'll get into some review of factoring and working on rational expressions and radicals, okay. Um, that's a good start, and welcome to the class, and we'll get going and see you tomorrow.